My name is DJ Wolftooth and welcome to Minecraft again, but this one is a little different. This is a mod pack called Reconsole Plus. And from what it looks like, I think it's just the older Xbox editions, maybe like Xbox One edition, maybe Xbox 360, I don't know. But I figured at least that I would give it an old fair shake. Do the minigames actually work? Oh my god. Guys. How many maps exist? Oh, is it all of them? Oh my god. So, older in the game, there's only 3 vanilla maps, and I had all of them. I had Temple Cavern and Canyon, I believe. And those were the only maps that were actually vanilla. Maybe I'll do an episode dedicated to... get out of here. Maybe I'll do an episode dedicated to just the Glide minigame, but for now, I think I'm just going to make a new world, get started in the old nostalgia of the old ones. The old, infinite generation. This used to not exist. This used to only have... There used to only be, Sorry, I got distracted. This is surreal. Seeing what could have been if the Xbox edition was actually updated. The old music is still here. So I say still as if this is official, but it's not. Oh, there's this voice chat on it. That's... Oh, what? Man, this whole thing is so... Oh, man. Man. I'm sorry. Oh, they're still taking inventory. I didn't get taking inventory yet. Now I did, but... I didn't open my inventory. Odd. I don't know, I'm just at a loss for words, because, like, this particular version of the game is so special to me, because, it is the simplest time in my life. I would sit in the living room for hours and hours and hours just playing with my siblings, and those memories are nice to have, but I'm never going to be able to make more of them because, like, they have their own lives now. They still live here, but they're still their own lives to live. They have jobs and school and responsibilities, and obviously the Xbox One edition is not not sold anymore, so I can't hardly get my own copy and play with new people. And even if I did, there's nobody that plays the older versions. So finding anyone to do this with would be like finding a needle in a haystack, and seeing what it would be like if this got updated to modern hardware and modern restrictions and modern capacities, and being able to live and experience the new content in the old content style is so cool to me, because the old content style is literally what I grew up on, and that's so easy to say. Like, oh, this is a content that I grew up on, but in the most literal sense, I was playing this in my living room when I was 9 or 10. I unwrapped an Xbox on Christmas morning, and it came with this, and that was the best morning of my life until that point. Because, like, I didn't grow up particularly wealthy, you know. I was just I was average for a little while. It's not really the case anymore. I'm better off now, but I could never have even fathomed. I was lower middle class. I was like I had a house, I had a bed, and I didn't really have to worry about where food was coming from, but that was really where the wealth ended. I didn't have access to a whole lot of privileges. And so getting this was the coolest thing, because my parents did a clever thing. They they wrapped it up as if it was a gift for my dogs, so that nobody could claim that it was their Xbox, not even my parents. When we did end up unwrapping it, we were so excited, because like, why wouldn't we be? We'd never had this kind of thing happen before. The only thing that we had before was a Wii, and that was a gift from somebody, so we didn't even have the Wii. We just we had spent the whole night messing around setting it up, getting it to work as it should have been working. It doesn't look right. That's very reminiscent of old generation, though, as there would be these big, oddly shaped mountains, especially in amplified worlds, where the generation wasn't fully set up yet. So being able to experience these on better hardware in my own space without anything, you know, going wrong, doing my own thing, is so special to me. And there's a lot that could be said about it, but like, what else am I supposed to do? I forget, axes aren't so good anymore unless... Yeah, no, axes don't have that much damage anymore because it's back to older combat. Does sword blocking exist? Ah, the one thing. The one thing is there's no sword blocking. Which, understandable. Maybe there would be if I was using a controller, but I am not. So, that might be it. What is this? Oh, interesting. So yeah, we would literally spend hours and hours and hours just in our living room doing some stupid challenge that would last 20 minutes, and then we would go off and do our own things, because we were siblings. We arguments, silly disagreements, tiny squabbles. We'd be over it in 10 minutes anyway. That's where I started to, develop social skills and critical reasoning skills. That's also partially where I started my writing journey, as I would write mechanics and like challenges and various just oddities that we would do as a group. One of our favorite things to do would be like Herobrine hunting, even though I know now that Herobrine wasn't really a thing. But it would be silly to boot up our Xbox and then like hide my hands under the controller, or what the fuck, hide my hands under a blanket while holding the controller and act like I'd been possessed or something. It was a very childish thing to do. And existing where my only concern was what I was going to do next in my Minecraft world was a very, very simple time that I reminisce on a lot. And I mean, I don't necessarily think I'm crazy for that. Seeing this whole art style be transferred to something different, and seeing this whole menu here, which didn't exist before, and everything of that nature. I've been doing a lot on Minecraft recently, and I've been in a big Minecraft phase. The 2-week Minecraft phase has lasted a little over 2 years now, so I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not complaining. Minecraft is timeless and will always be timeless, so it's not exactly a complaint. Oh, these used to be so impossible to find, because you would have to spawn with a jungle, and there was no guarantee that you would even have one. So either you would spawn right next to a jungle and have it immediately, or you would never ever see it ever again. You would never ever see it in your world because it just wasn't there, because there was no infinite world generation, so there was no guarantee that you would even have them in your world. So either you would go into creative and grab them and then farm it there and give yourself like a sapling so that you could, I guess, like refresh or give yourself more than just one tree. Or you would not have cocoa beans in your world at all, and you would just be shit out of luck, because like, what the fuck else were you gonna do? Cow tipper. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen cow tipper. Man. I would give anything to go back to a time that was as simple as that, where I wouldn't have to worry about taxes or my job or prescription medications for my depression or like going insane, which minor updates. I have moderate schizoaffective disorder, which is not ideal. I'm not medicated for it, mostly because I can't afford to. I have depression and anxiety, which I'm taking Zoloft for. There's a lot that's been going on in my life that I just don't share with you, because it just generally just isn't your business. But I figured, since I'm reminiscing and discussing my life in such a manner that, by now, by the way, if you hear rumbling, that is my washing machine. It is particularly hateful today, so it's on some wrathful shit. I mean, I understand why sword blocking isn't a thing currently, because you know there's shields and everything now, which there wasn't before. So that's interesting. The fact that somebody took the time to make this in in Java Edition, where all the new content is and all the in the older style is that's really cool, and I appreciate that a lot. And my God, my my washing machine is going hog wild. I really wish it wasn't, because that is so distracting. I'm going to turn my mic down just a little bit, so that hopefully it's not so deafening or you know, intrusive. Let's see, what new content would there be that wasn't there before? I don't know if villager trades are old. Caves are different. Netherite probably exists. The Nether update, I completely forgot about the whole Nether update. Seeing bastions and piglins and hoglins and all that other fun jazz that wasn't in the Xbox edition, or the Xbox One edition. By the way, when I say Xbox One edition, I'm not talking about Bedrock, because there was something about Bedrock that I just could not wrap my head around. It just, I couldn't do it. It took forever to load on my Xbox, which I could never find an explanation for. When it did load, the sensitivity was odd. The aspect ratio on split screen was frustrating. The bugs were infuriating. And none of those problems existed in this this version of the game. And so there was less content there. But when you make your own content, it doesn't really matter, especially when you're experimenting with redstone and, you know, making your own little contraptions and decking around with different things that you can do. Also, the hunger eating just now brought that back into me. There was a different hunger system. Saturation doesn't work quite the same in Bedrock as it does in Java or Xbox One edition, where when you eat, you'll start healing right away, which you won't do in Bedrock. You'll heal over time, which is the most frustrating thing, because like when you're in combat and you're eating food, you need to heal, right? So while it makes healing potions damn near useless, it makes, I don't necessarily think they're damn near useless anyway, because it is objectively faster, so in a pinch you can throw it at your feet or something, but other than that, it's a convenience thing, because like, why would I sit in my house and wait for 4 minutes while my health regenerates when I could just be healing anyway without waiting for 4 minutes, because it'll just happen eventually anyway. And you know, that also harkens back to the shenanigans that I would get up to with my siblings. My sister was never particularly the best at the game, but she didn't need to be. She was doing her own thing. She was building her silly little houses and farming her crops and doing all that fun jazz, which, you know, I was more action focused, so I was into brewing and mob farms, and whenever she would get into trouble and she would keep dying over and over again, I would waddle the 4,000 or 5,000 blocks that it would take to get there. I probably wasn't that long, but it felt like it was a long distance, because, you know, silly sibling squabbles where we would decide spontaneously that we hate each other for a short period of time, and it'll be gone in an hour and a half. Because, like, it just doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, and I think we realize that eventually. And, you know, just reminiscing about times where it was simpler to live life. With all this new stuff here and all this, all the memories to talk about and all the feelings that this invokes. And honestly, I don't think I would ever trade this for anything in the world, because it's so awesome to see all this. And I say the word back like it ever went anywhere, but it didn't. It was still accessible if you had the means to, which I do. But just coming back and reliving those memories is so special. Just going to school for 8 hours a day and coming home and not worrying about anything but what my next Minecraft save was going to be, or if I was even going to start a new one. I'd be concerned about some dog shit, like, forgetting to take my dogs out, or forgetting to eat a snack after I got home. Or, like, I didn't have to worry about driving anywhere, I didn't have to worry about working my job, I didn't have to worry about... Man, just take me back. You know, depending on if I can manage it, or if I want those memories to stay intact as memories, I think I'm going to continue with a full playthrough of this. Because, what reason would there be not to? It'd be a delight to, and, I'm not exactly upset or, you know, anything like that, so I think I'm going to end this episode off by finding a spot to live, and maybe there'll be a minigames episode, but for now I think I'm just going to get a couple of episodes out into the landscape and just let it ride. Here is probably a decent spot too. Yeah, take a little flattening, take a little landscaping, the view of the mountain, the desert over there, so I can get glass. This is a pretty good spot because livestock is spawning here as well. So while I'm going to kill them, for the immediate benefit of not starving to death and knowing that they'll repopulate eventually, I don't have anything else to worry about. So, I think that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked hearing me yap about my older life and just reminiscing about the things that I enjoyed doing when I was younger and when times were simpler, do me a favor, drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll happily see you next time. Peace out.